Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well. We're back with another nervous guide video. I'm literally filming this just after I get back in from the show. So it is the ride pole time of 22:40, but I want to do this now so it was in my brain. I have written the notes in case I forget, but if you want to know all you need to know before you go to the show for the Great Gatsby, then stick around and we'll get into it in 2 whole seconds. So yeah, we're going to do the nervous guide to the Great Gatsby. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you're new here, firstly, hello. Secondly, for every show that I try and see, or for every show that I see, I try to do 2 separate videos. The first one, this one. This is the nervous guide. It is basically everything you need to know before you go to the show. So it could be things to do with the theatre or to do with the show itself and its content warnings and sensory warnings. It usually involves a talk about my seat and my view and what I thought of it, and sometimes we talk about the toilets because it's an important thing and somehow it's become part of my routine. So let's get into it. Where should I start today? Let's start with the seat first, I think. So I was sat in the dress circle, row E, seat 19. Now when I booked the ticket, I don't know if it will still be a thing by the time this video goes live, but Todaytix did a sale on pretty much all of the Great Gatsby tickets. So tickets were like a steal. And then on top of that, I used up some Todaytix credits I had from being a silver member. I'm now a gold member and you don't accrue credits after you turn into gold. So I used them up. I had about £16 worth of credits. So I paid the ride pole price of £17.10 for this seat. And here was the view. There was nothing in front of me. I could see the whole of the stage, the whole of Proscenium Arch. I could see the theatre. It was an amazing seat, and the fact I paid so little for it in London at the Colosseum, it was a little bit insane. Yeah, fantastic view. Seat was pretty comfy. It was kind of low to get into. Once you got down there, you were fine. Good leg room. I really can't say anything bad about this seat. It was absolutely brilliant. The running time of this show is 2 hours 30 including an interval. So I think the first half finished after about an hour and 5, an hour and 10. Then there was a 20-minute interval and then the rest of the show happened. The show is fast paced. You don't really think, you have time to think. It's like very much bam 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 bam. Plus, on top of that, and we'll get into it in a minute, you were kind of alert at all times because of what, like, the spectacle that is on the stage in front of you. Now, I haven't been to the Colosseum in a while, so I completely forgot how big it is, but the bigness of it all means that there is a lot of toilets, which is a benefit and a bonus. I have to say, toilets, absolutely stunning. Although the last time I think I went to the Colosseum was for On Your Feet, and it literally had Esteban or Estefan on all the mirrors, and I was like, why is that not here? And I was like, oh yeah, because that was probably like 3 years ago and we're with something different. But they were beautifully clean. They were just top notch. There was soap and hand cream in the toilets in the sink area. Don't know why I needed to mention the toilets, but I did. Let's move on to the more serious things, which is the content and the sensory warnings. I was kind of aware of some of my sensory worries before I went into the show, because obviously this show has a lot of spoilers slash slime tutorial clips slash, you know, there's a lot of it online, both for the Broadway version and now with this one. They do an announcement before the show starts saying, if you're going to record this, it's unlawful, people still do it. Before you enter the theatre, there is some content information posters which says, please note that this performance contains flashing lights, haze, gunshots and mature themes. Please speak to a member of staff for more information. I did not. I had already spoken to a friend prior to booking my ticket and then double checked after booking my ticket, because if you don't know, because I don't often speak about it, I probably should, but my big triggers are flashing lights and loud sounds and guns, visible guns and gunshots. So I had a few niggly nervous moments. So let's get the sensory stuff out the way. Let's get my notes up. So, things to be aware of if you are a sensory affected person. Firstly, in Act 1, the main thing to know is that at the end of New Money there is pyrotechnics. They come from this side of stage and also above the stage, literally at the last beat it's a boom. I think they're above. They're like sprinkly, 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 boom. They're not loud pyrotechnics, they don't make a noise, they're just sparkles. But again, something to be aware of if you're not a fan of that situation. In Act 2, that's 1, 2, at the end of Rachel Tucker's song, which is Myrtle's song, which I believe is called One Way Road. She has her big final moment, and then some car lights appear from the side of the stage. As you're watching it, it's from the right hand side of the stage, and then they drive towards the audience. There's a big flash and Myrtle is no more. Spoilers, sorry. But yes, she is hit by a car. There is a crash noise that goes alongside that light, and the lights also appear quite brightly on the side of the stage to kind of cause a blackout. Yeah, there is also one of those at the end of Act 1, a bright green light, which is probably because the Act 1 finishes with the song of My Green Light. There is white lights and green lights flashed at the audience so that the curtains can come down. Should have worn that. Should have said that in my Act 1 bit. And the other thing to be aware of, and the thing that I kind of knew of but not the extent of it, is at the end of For Her, the reprise, you get kind of a little bit of warning with this one. When the person playing Great Gatsby, so in my performance, when Jamie Moscato starts taking his clothes off, it's that kind of show, folks. When he starts taking clothes off, ready to go for a swim, he then goes towards the forefront of the stage, and then a different character, I'm not going to ruin everything, a different character appears towards the back of the stage on a set of steps with a visible gun. You know where this is coming. And as the song reaches its pinnacle, the gun is raised, the gun is shot once, there is pause, it is shot again, and that means that Gatsby, you know, and then there is a third one which ends that scene, which is when the shooter, you know, shoots himself. So there is 3 gunshots to go with a visible gun. Now, I've also put general notes in here, and that kind of links me in well. The gunshots, along with quite a lot of the sound, is quite loud. Now, if you've never been to the Coliseum, or you don't know that much about it, it is predominantly used for the likes of opera and music. Now, the way that the theatre is built, it resonates sound really well around it, and it's a big space. So to make sure that everyone can hear everything, everything's a little bit loud. The gunshots I covered my ears for, and I still really heard them, and they did kind of echo back out afterwards. There are a few moments when there are multiple people singing that it gets loud as well. It's quite a loud show. The music is beautiful and it's played by a gorgeous audience, not an audience, imagine if I just got the triangle out, bing, gorgeous orchestra, but it is vocally and sometimes sound effecty, not a word, loud. So it is something to be aware of, just so you know. I don't know, also because the show I saw this afternoon had no microphones, it was a play, so everyone was just talking loudly and projecting. And then I go to this space, which is huge, and everyone has microphones. It was a loud show, for me personally. Okay. The other thing to be aware is because that some of the set is also based on projections and screens. It is quite a bright show, and there's a few times where it is very much a offence of the senses, like your eyes are taken aback. I stuck my glasses on for Act 2 because I was starting to feel it a little bit. It's not bright in your face bright, but it's a lot of colours, a lot of noise. It's a spectacle, which is what this show and the space needs it to be. So I'm not taking anything away from it. It is just something to be aware of and just to let you know, because this is what this video is supposed to be. This is when I let you know the things you need to know, or you might need to be aware of before you go in. And that is that. Like I said, everybody is different. The things that affect me might not affect you. The things that might affect you, I might not mention because I stupidly don't think it. But in a nutshell, that is pretty much everything you need to know about the show. I would 100% recommend you go and see it. And obviously, next video will be the review. I feel like I didn't explain that I do two separate videos. One of them is this and one of them is a review. I forgot my own spiel. So if you've got this far, the next video you will see will be the review for this show. I always put review in inverted commas because at the end of the day I am in no way a professional. I basically love to see shows and like to talk about it, but obviously I'm here alone, single bed to prove it. So yeah, I like to have a chat to a camera and get my thoughts out that way. But at the end of the day, it is nearly 11 o'clock. I'm going to sign this video off, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you come back for the review. Other than that, I love you all lots, and the one final thing to say is so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen and goodbye. Bye bye.